In a small village surrounded by hills and streams lived a girl named Mala. Mala was blind from birth. Her world was full of sounds, smells, and feelings instead of sights. Mala's family didn't treat her kindly. Her parents believed she brought bad luck, and her older sister, Naya, saw her as a burden. Every day, Mala stayed home alone, while others went about their tasks. The only time she wasn't lonely was when she sat under the big baobab tree, listening to the wind in the leaves and the birds singing. She imagined what the world looked like and wondered what it would be like to see the sky, the trees, and people's faces. Though Mala couldn't see, she was clever. Over time, she learned to cook by feeling the texture of food and listening to the sizzle of oil. She learned to sweep the floor, fetch water with a bucket, and even mend torn clothes. People in the village often said, "For a blind girl, Mala is stronger than most." But her family didn't notice or care. One day, while sitting under the baobab tree, Mala overheard two women talking about a healer in a faraway village who could cure blindness. Hope sparked in Mala's heart. She decided she would find a way to visit this healer, no matter how long it took. That evening, Mala asked her father if she could save money from small tasks to visit the healer. Her father laughed cruelly and said, "What use is it for you to see? You're just a blind girl. Stay as you are." Mala felt a tear roll down her cheek, but she wiped it away. If her family wouldn't help, she would find her own way. Mala began saving every coin she could earn, hiding them in an old pot under a bed. Her dream of seeing the world kept her strong, even when her family's words hurt her. She whispered to herself every night, "One day I will see." Mala's older sister, Naya, was very different. She loved fine things, new clothes, jewelry, and sweet cakes from the village market. Unlike Mala, who worked hard despite her blindness, Naya avoided work whenever she could. She spent her days gossiping with friends and finding ways to get more money. One day, Naya noticed Mala counting coins by touch in a little pot. "What are you doing with that money?" Naya asked sharply. Mala hesitated, but then said, "I'm saving to visit the healer who can help me see." Naya laughed. "You? See? What's the point? You'll only waste your money." Mala ignored her sister's words and continued saving. Every time she completed a chore for a kind neighbor or received a small tip, she added the coins to her pot. Slowly but surely, the savings grew. Naya began to feel jealous. She had always been the one to get what she wanted, but now her blind sister had something valuable. The thought of Mala seeing the world and being happy made Naya's heart fill with envy. One evening, when Mala was asleep, Naya crept into her room. She carefully lifted the pot from under the bed and opened it. The shiny coins glittered in the moonlight. Naya grinned, thinking of all the things she could buy at the market. She took the money and slipped back to her room, hiding the pot under her own bed. The next morning, Mala reached under her bed to check her savings. Her heart sank when she found the pot empty. "Where's my money?" she cried. She searched the room but couldn't find it. When she told her family, Naya pretended to be surprised. "Maybe you misplaced it," she said with a smirk. Mala felt tears well up in her eyes. Her dream of seeing the world was slipping away, but she refused to give up hope. A week after the money disappeared, Naya grew nervous. She had spent some of the coins on a new dress and sweets, but she worried that someone would find out what she had done. One sunny afternoon, Naya and Mala went to the stream to fetch water. The path to the stream was narrow and slippery. Mala walked slowly, using her stick to guide her. Naya walked behind her, carrying the water pot. As they reached the stream, a cruel thought entered Naya's mind. If Mala disappeared, no one would question her about the stolen money. She could be free from her guilt and her blind sister. Naya, is the stream near? Mala asked softly. Yes, just a few more steps, Naya replied with fake kindness. When they reached the water's edge, Naya shoved Mala hard. Mala lost her balance and fell into the stream. The current was strong and Mala couldn't swim. She screamed for help, but the water carried her away. Naya watched in shock as her sister disappeared downstream. She felt a pang of guilt, but quickly pushed it aside. It's done, she whispered to herself. No one will know. She returned to the village alone, pretending to be upset. Mala slipped into the stream, she cried to the villagers. They searched for her, but found no trace. Everyone believed Mala was gone, but Mala was not gone. The stream carried her far from the village into the unknown. Though frightened and exhausted, she held on to hope, whispering to herself, I must survive. I must see the world. Mala drifted in the stream for what felt like hours. The cold water stung her skin, and she was too weak to scream anymore. Just when she thought she couldn't hold on, she felt herself being pulled from the water. Who's there? Mala whispered, coughing and shivering. Rest, child, said a calm, gentle voice. You are safe now. When Mala woke up, she found herself lying on a soft mat. Though she couldn't see, she felt the warmth of a fire nearby and the smell of herbs in the air. A kind old woman spoke to her. My name is Nana. I am a healer who lives by the river. I saw you floating in the stream and brought you here. Mala told Nana her story about her blindness, her family's mistreatment, her stolen savings, and how she was pushed into the stream. Nana listened quietly, her heart aching for the young girl. Do not worry, Mala, Nana said. I will take care of you. I will do everything I can to help you see again. For the next few weeks, Nana treated Mala with her special herbs and medicines. Every day she would place warm cloths over Mala's eyes, massage her temples, and give her teas made from healing plants. Mala felt stronger with each passing day. One morning, Nana gently removed the cloth from Mala's eyes and said, Mala, open your eyes slowly. Mala hesitated. She was scared it wouldn't work, but she took a deep breath and opened her eyes. At first, everything was blurry, but then, for the first time in her life, she saw light. She saw the kind face of Nana smiling down at her. Tears filled Mala's eyes. I can see, she cried. Nana hugged her tightly. Your journey is not over, child. You must return to your village and face your family. But remember, you are stronger now. Use your sight to bring light to others. Back in the village, Naya was restless. She thought getting rid of Mala would bring her peace, but it had done the opposite. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw Mala's face, heard her screams, and felt the weight of her betrayal. The villagers began to notice Naya's strange behavior. She avoided the stream and became quiet and withdrawn. Even the new dress and sweets she had bought didn't make her happy anymore. One day, an elder from the village, Mama Ade, came to visit Naya. Child, you seem troubled. What is weighing on your heart? Naya shook her head. Nothing, Mama Ade, she said, forcing a smile. But Mama Ade wasn't convinced. She gently placed her hand on Naya's shoulder and said, hiding the truth will only make your burden heavier. Whatever you have done, it is not too late to make it right. Naya felt tears rolling down her cheeks. She wanted to confess, but she was too scared. I can't fix it, she thought. Mala is gone forever. Little did she know, Mala was on her way back to the village, stronger and braver than ever. One bright morning, as the villagers went about their work, a young woman walked into the village square. Her eyes sparkled and her smile was warm and confident. Some villagers stopped and stared. "Mala, is that you?" a woman asked in disbelief. "Yes," Mala said, her voice steady. "I have returned." The news spread quickly. People gathered around to hear a story. Mala told them about Nana, the healer, and how she had regained her sight. She didn't mention Anaya's betrayal, but her eyes searched the crowd until they landed on her sister. Naya stood frozen, her face pale. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. Mala was alive and she could see. Mala walked up to Naya. "Sister," she said softly, "I have forgiven you." Naya's knees buckled and she fell to the ground sobbing. "I'm sorry, Mala. I was selfish and cruel. I don't deserve your forgiveness." Mala knelt beside her and held her hand. Forgiveness is not about what you deserve. It's about setting ourselves free from anger and pain. Let us start over as sisters. Mala's return brought many changes to the village. People were amazed by her kindness and strength. She didn't seek revenge or punishment for Naya, but instead worked to bring her family closer. With her sight restored, Mala began helping others in the village. She taught children how to read, helped elderly women with their chores, and encouraged everyone to be kind to one another. Even Naya changed. She worked harder than ever before, making amends for her past mistakes. She became one of Mala's biggest supporters, helping her with her work in the village. The villagers learned an important lesson from Mala's story. They saw how love and forgiveness could heal even the deepest wounds. They began treating one another with more kindness and respect, inspired by Mala's example. The end. What did you learn from this story? Let me know in the comment section. Also, check out other similar African folk tales from my channel.